was born on January 31st, 1919. My family lived in Georgia, and my grandparents had been slaves, and my parents farmed land that a white farmer owned. I was the youngest of five, and when my father walked out and never came back, it made it real tough on my family and I. It was dangerous to live in Georgia as a black family, so with $3 in my mom's pocket, she boarded a train with us and our five siblings and headed to Los Angeles, where she had family and heard blacks were treated better. I was an all-around athlete in high school and college. I was drafted in the Army in 1942. I learned that I could make money playing in all Negro leagues. In 1944, I left the Army and went to play for a Kansas City team. One day when I was playing in Chicago, a white man waved me over. He was a scout for the Brooklyn Dodgers. He told me that Branch Rickey, the president of the Dodgers, wanted to talk to me about playing for the Dodgers. I became the first African American to play in Major League Baseball. Some of my biggest accomplishments in the Major League were being named National League Rookie of the Year in 1947. I led the second baseman in double plays in 1949, 1950, 1951, and 1952. And I won the 1949 batting title with a .342 batting average. I retired from baseball on January 5th, 1957, and later that year, my doctors diagnosed me with diabetes, a disease that also got my brothers. Although I took insulin, the state of medicine at that time could not prevent a continued decline of my physical condition from the disease. In my first year of eligibility for the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962, I encouraged voters to consider only my on-field qualifications rather than my cultural impact on the game. I was elected on the field on the first ballot, becoming the first black player inducted into the Cooperstown Museum. On June 4th, 1972, the Dodgers retired my uniform at 42. I had a tough life just because of the color of my skin. Born in Georgia, my family had to move because of race riots, and whites were burning down black churches and schools. The white neighborhood in Los Angeles was not happy that my black family had moved in. I was often called names because I was black. There were rules for blacks. I could only swim in city pool one day a week, and I had to sit in the balcony in the movie theater. When I was in the Army, there were separate bathrooms and dining halls for blacks and whites. When I started playing baseball, I played in a Negro League because blacks weren't allowed to play with whites. The Negro Leagues didn't have spring training because it cost too much money for them. When we traveled, if the city didn't have a black motel, we had to sleep on the bus. When I played for the Dodgers, there were teams that didn't play us because we had a black player. I had teammates that didn't want to play with me because I was black. The team asked another black player to practice with the team, so I had someone to room with on the away game trips. I had to look past all those racial issues and concentrate on baseball. By doing well in the field, I would prove to everyone that I belonged on the team in an MLB. This would also provide an opportunity for other black players to play in the MLB. I broke the baseball color line when the Brooklyn Dodgers started me at first base on April 15, 1947. As the first Major League team to play a black man since the 1880s, the Dodgers ended racial segregation that had regulated black players to the Negro League for 6 decades. The example of my character and unquestionable talent challenged the traditional basis of segregation, which then marked many other aspects of American life and contributed significantly to the Civil Rights Movement. On April 15, 1947, I made my Major League debut before a crowd of 26,623 spectators, including more than 14,000 black people. Although I failed to get a base hit, I walked and scored a run in our 5-3 victory. Black fans began flocking to see the Dodgers when they came to town, abandoning their Negro League teams. My entry into the Major League Baseball had a huge impact on the anti-racist struggle in the U.S. I overcame numerous obstacles in my 10-year career to become one of baseball's most exciting players. My skills helped lead the Brooklyn Dodgers to 6 pennants and 1 World Series championship. The ultimate honor was best owed when I was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962, my first year of eligibility. However, my contributions go far beyond the baseball diamond. Upon retirement from baseball, I fought hard to improve the quality of life, not only for African Americans but also for society as a whole. By becoming the first black vice president of a major American corporation, I continued to open doors for African Americans. I was not only a baseball hero, but I was also a civil rights hero also. My major league debut brought an end to approximately 60 years of segregation in professional baseball, known as the baseball color line. After I retired from baseball, I worked for NAACP, which was the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. I helped start an African American owned bank. I also started a company to build houses for poor families. I contributed to break the color barrier by becoming the first black vice president of a major American company. I was the first black TV analyst for MLB, and after World War II, several other forces were also leading the country towards increased equality for blacks, including their accelerated migration to the North, where their political clout grew, and President Harry Truman's desegregation of the military in 1948. My breaking of the baseball color line and my professional success symbolized these broader changes and demonstrated that the fight for equality was more than simply a political matter. Martin Luther King Jr. said that I was a legend and a symbol in my own time, and that I challenged the dark skies of intolerance and frustration. Today, more than one-third of Major League Baseball players are now colored. It all started because of one brave man, me, Jackie.